Oh. Whoa, it's time to rock and roll. This time I'm in control.
Will we get some Stratus faction at the WWE 2022 Royal Rumble? That we do not know. We will have to wait and see. But Trish Stratus, arguably the greatest women's wrestler of all time, has been talking about the WWE 2022 Royal Rumble. She's been talking about what she's currently doing with her life at the moment. And she's been talking about the possibility of her competing in this year's Royal Rumble. So when asked about which competitor Trish Stratus thinks she's going to win, Trish Stratus came out and mentioned her old-time rival and long-term friend, Lita. And Trish went on to say, and I quote, "So I would say, I mean Lita. Amy looked pretty good. She was on Raw or SmackDown the other day. Was it Raw the other day? She's training her butt off inside. I know that. I know inside information that she's been training in the ring. So I don't know. Maybe she's got another run in her," unquote. So I mean, Trish kind of messing up there. It was actually SmackDown. Lita was on Trish, but I guess you're getting a wee bit older. We'll forgive you. We'll forgive you this one time. But Trish, when asked on who she thought was going to win, she went with Lita. She went with Amy DeMa, and she thinks that Lita maybe has one more run in her. Lita has suggested the fact that she's also got one run in her, and has rumoured that she could maybe have signed a longer contract with WWE, and that she plans to stick around for more than just the Royal Rumble. Trish then went on to say that she's currently filming Canada's Got Talent, and that she doesn't know what her availability will be for the Rumble, but she didn't rule out the possibility of competing at the Rumble. She said it all depends on how the filming goes and when it wraps up. And then when asked about WWE promoting people ahead of time and not using them as surprises, but using them in advance to try and sell more tickets, Trish Stratus went on to say, quote, "I mean, I get it. You want to sell the event, right? So that's exciting. Talking about who's going to be in there and things like that. I mean, honestly, Mickie James coming back, I thought that was pretty cool, but I think that should have been a huge surprise because no one would have expected that," unquote. And I kind of agree with Trish, if I'm being honest. Like, Mickie James, the fact that she works for Impact, she's signed to a contract for Impact, and she's competing in the Royal Rumble, that kind of that's kind of mind blowing. Like, I can't believe WWE have allowed that to happen. But how much more cooler would it have been if they did not tell you this in advance? If Mickie James kept it quiet, and if Impact kept it quiet, and she did return at the Royal Rumble as an Impact wrestler, that would have been insane. Instead of us knowing in advance. But I get it. They want to try and sell the Rumble. Every name that they can get, they're going to try and use to their advantage to get as many people to tune in as possible. I totally understand that, but Trish seemed to hint that she prefers surprises, that she prefers not for the names to be known in advance. So maybe that's what Trish is doing. Maybe Trish has already agreed to appear in the Royal Rumble and she's keeping her name a surprise. Maybe that is what's happening here. And she thinks maybe all the surprises are out the bag, and then she could be the biggest surprise of them all. So will Trish Stratus appear at the Rumble? She hasn't ruled it out. So it's interesting. She hasn't said yes. She hasn't said no. It's up in the air. She's came out and said that she prefers to keep things surprises. Could that be a hint that she is perhaps the big surprise that the WWE have for the Women's Royal Rumble? It might be. Let us know, guys, down below. What do you think? Do you think Trish Stratus will come back? Do you think she could be right on her prediction with Lita winning the Royal Rumble? And would you like, more importantly, to see Trish Stratus back in a WWE ring and back in the Royal Rumble? I mean, I'm all for it. Whenever you get to see one of the legit women legends come back, whenever you get an opportunity to see Trish or Lita come back, I'm all for it. I would take Trish back. Don't expect her to win it. Don't expect her to have anything other than the one-off Royal Rumble match. But for the 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever we get to see her, I would settle for that, guys. It'd be a cool moment to see Trish Stratus back in a WWE ring. I want to see it. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. But until then, that is it for Fog Wrestling. Lots of news coming to the channel over the next few days with it being the Royal Rumble season. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've got the notifications clicked. And I'll catch you down the road with more videos. But until next time, thanks for watching and peace.